Oh, John, God, I keep forgetting to tell you this. My friend Carl, big fan of yours, big fan. And over Christmas, he hired a car to drive down to his mum's house in Cornwall.
Yeah.
So,
is this your blue anecdote?
This is a blue anecdote.
Elis has been threatening to tell a blue anecdote about me for about 3 months.
Anyway, right, I keep forgetting to tell you. Anyway, so he's hired a car, and as a treat, he's downloaded your latest stand-up show from Bandcamp, right? So he's listening to your show. Now, he gets to the little village in Cornwall where his mum lives, and he sold his car ages ago, so he's not very...
Which stand-up show is this? My first one or my second one?
I can't remember, but anyway...
I think I know which one it is, and
right.
I think I know what this is in reference
right,
to.
Anyway. So he's not a very confident driver, okay, because he sold his car years ago.
Man.
So he's hired this car. Now, he hasn't been to the village for ages, and they've got a new weird sort of one-way system, so he can't go the usual way, so he gets a bit lost. And he ends up going down, in the country you get those long drives leading to someone's house, and he doesn't feel confident to reverse it back, and then the drive is too narrow for him to do a 3-point turn, so you just got to keep going, right? He follows his nose. So he ends up in the courtyard of this sort of quite posh house, and it's Christmas Eve. Right? No, he's listening to your show.
I think this is already my favourite anecdote, because I know where it's
So he's on the courtyard, and he's in a bit of a tiz because he's not a very confident driver because he sold the car. And this lady, straight from the Vicar of Dibley, opens the door. She's got a pinny on. She'd be like carving turkey. She's like, "Hello, can I help you?" And he's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm not a very confident driver. I've come down your drive by mistake." She's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Merry Christmas, season's greetings." He's like, "Yeah, but it's a hire car, and I don't think that I can reverse it back." She went, "Well, I actually happen to have the same car. Let me reverse the car down the drive on your behalf, and then I can send you on your way." And it's like, "Oh, thank you so much," right? So they talk about what's going to happen if she scratches it because it's hired and all that sort of stuff, but he really trusts her. So he gets out, she gets in the car, right? And then she reverses down this drive, which is about 200 yards long, right? Now, as she starts the engine, he can hear your voice. He's like, "Oh, that's good. Maybe she'll become a fan of Mr. Robbins. Who knows?" Now, she's been super friendly, but when she reverses to the end of the drive and turns the ignition off, right, and hands him back the keys, there is a detectable frostiness.
Yeah.
There is an atmosphere that you could sort of cut with a knife, right? So she goes, "Anyway, yep, Merry Christmas, yeah, see you, thank you, bye." So he gets back in the car, and he's like, "Oh, I'm only a minute away from my mum," so he turns the radio off, right? Now he drives home, has a great Christmas. 3 or 4 days later, he's on the way back to Cardiff, and your podcast comes back on. He's like, "Oh, I missed a bit, didn't I? I missed a bit from when that lovely old Vicar of Dibley lady was reversing the car down the drive." So he winds it back to hear you discuss, how can I put it, a sexual technique that is not for the layman, right?
Not orthodox.
It is a very, very unorthodox. I mean, sort of DEFCON 1, top shelf.
It's from the advanced manual.
It's from the advanced manual. It's the manual you've got to ask for. And he said, and suddenly it all made sense, because he's like, "No wonder she was weird."
Yeah.
When she gave me handed back the keys, because she thought that I'm some sort of insane sicko who listens to a manual. Like a TED talk on advanced sexual techniques.
The thing is, we cannot say the line here.
No.
However, it is the one line in that show.
And the rest of the show is clean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The rest of the show is clean.
And then there's one line which is so beyond the pale.
Yeah.
But it was the line that if I was doing a regional arts centre and the average age was sort of 60, I would cut that line.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, it's a tiny village, so that lady sees Carl's mum all the time. And Carl's mum went up to her and was like, "Oh, I gather you had to give my son's car, you had to reverse." She was like, yes, I did, your son. Well, your son is a pervert and a beast.
Your son, the pornographer. If you want to check out that line and the rest of the show, you can go to johnrobbins.bandcamp.com.
Yeah,
and that is
buckle up, because it's pretty blue.
And that is from the show Where Is My Mind, and you will know immediately when you hear it what line that is in reference to.
And I would urge our listeners to do that now, because that anecdote then will make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because it would have been like he was listening to some sort of how-to guide, or on advanced pleasure.
Well, thank you. That's very, very funny.